What happens when the man who taught a nation to laugh slowly forgets his own punchlines? Imagine standing in front of 10,000 people, lights blazing, and suddenly the joke slips away. That was Bob Hope near the end. The timing still in his bones, but the memory fading. And that is where this story truly begins. Before the tuxedos and Oscar nights, he was Leslie Towns Hope, born on May 29, 1903, in a working-class suburb of London. One of 7 boys. His father a stonemason, or his mother a singer with dreams bigger than their budget. In 1908, the family sailed to America and settled near Cleveland. There was no glamour waiting, only factory smoke and tight money. As a child, he sold newspapers and worked odd jobs, discovering something powerful. When people laughed, even hunger paused for a moment. At 10, he won a Charlie Chaplin impersonation contest. A small victory, but it planted a seed. After a teenage boxing detour and years grinding through vaudeville, he reinvented himself as Bob Hope. Short, memorable, optimistic. By the 1930s, radio embraced him. By 1938, sponsored broadcasts reached millions. He didn't rely on luck. He built a joke factory. Writers submitted dozens of punchlines daily. Miss the mark twice, and you were gone. Laughter, for Hope, was engineered. Hollywood followed. The road films with Bing Crosby became box office gold. From 1946 to 1977, he hosted the Academy Awards 19 times. 19. He turned a formal ceremony into primetime entertainment. And while others stayed in studios, Hope boarded planes. From 1941 to 1991, he completed 57 USO tours, performing for troops from World War II to the Gulf War. He insisted no one cry in front of soldiers. Laughter was armor. But success has shadows. Behind the polished image stood a complicated private life. Rumors of affairs, strained loyalty, quiet arrangements managed by skilled publicists. Dolores, his wife from 1934 until his death, remained steady through it all. They adopted 4 children. She built stability while he built legend. Time, however, does not negotiate. A 1963 eye injury weakened his vision. By the 1990s, age slowed his delivery. In 1998, mild dementia crept in. The man who once memorized endless punchlines now leaned heavily on cue cards. He withdrew from public life in 1997. When he turned 100 on May 29, 2003, 35 states declared Bob Hope Day. 2 months later, on July 27, 2003, pneumonia ended the century he had helped define. When Dolores asked where he wanted to be buried, he answered, "Surprise me." One final joke. But maybe it wasn't just humor. Maybe it was acceptance. The boy who once used laughter to survive poverty had spent 100 years outrunning silence. In the end, silence caught up. Here's the lesson you can't ignore. Fame can fill stadiums, but it cannot pause time. Discipline can build an empire, but it cannot stop the body from fading. Seeing what remains is simpler than applause. The moments you helped someone feel lighter. Bob Hope didn't just tell jokes. He built a habit of resilience. And long after the spotlight dimmed, that habit is what still echoes.